flutterby, butterfly, on velvety wings in the warm summer sky. Cabbages are vegetable.
And you are of course most welcome. Today we're doing another blog, and this time we're going to seriously pimp it up. So we're going to add all kinds of extra features and make it look nice. So this is not a beginner's video. If you don't at least know the concept of model, view and template, I would strongly suggest you pause the video and go and watch something else, because this video will not help you. If you are sticking with it, you will need a powerful IDE, something like Visual Studio Code or Docker. If you really hate yourself, you can use Notepad, but I would seriously recommend you get something better. And with that in mind, we will begin. So, create new folder, give it a sensible name, and open your command line inside this folder. And then Python -m venv. There we are. Activate the environment. And now we're going to install Django. Pip install Django. This always takes a few seconds. After we've installed Django, we're going to install something called CK Editor, which is a WYSIWYG rich text editor. And now, if you're one of the 0 people who watched my other Django video, you will remember that when it came to the blog post itself, the body text, I used Django's own models.txt field, which is absolute rubbish because it basically relies on the author knowing HTML. Otherwise, it wouldn't show up on the page properly. But with this, we're going to remove that problem. Pip install Django -CK editor. There we go. So next thing is Django admin start project blog. And now we're going to cd into blog and just take care of some admin stuff. So we'll do the database, set that up, python manage.py migrate, and let's create the super user. Go. So now we'll do a run server just to make sure it's all installed. There we go. There we are, all working. So come out of the server and we'll create the apps. Oh, there's going to be 4 apps in our website. So there's one to handle the profiles. That's, each user is going to be able to see all the comments they've made and all the articles they posted and either edit or delete them. We're going to have an app that just displays a home page. We'll have an app for the articles and an app for the Meet the Authors page. So Django admin start app home, Django admin start app profiles, Django admin start app articles, and Django admin Start app. Authors. There we go. So now we can go into Visual Studio Code and do some actual coding. Okay. Alright then, so first thing we need to do is get the settings done. So blog settings, and there's a few changes to make here. So first we'll get rid of all this gumph. Then right at the top, import OS. Then we go to installed apps, and we're going to declare the 4 apps that we just created plus CK editor. Home, authors, articles, profiles, and CK editor. Yeah. So scroll down, we're going to declare the templates directory in here, os.path.join base underscore dir and blog/templates. Further down, we're going to set up the static folder, static files underscore URLs. Sorry, that should be dirs. Static files dirs equals this. So it's a list with a single entry, os.path.join base underscore dir and blog/static. Okay. So now we are going to create the home page. Now eventually the home page is going to display the latest dozen or so articles, but obviously we don't have any articles at the moment, so we're just going to display a sort of hello world message. So we need to create the site template and the app template. So in blog, new folder, templates, another new folder, static, and in template we're going to create 2 files. The first is going to be called main.html. This is going to be the site-wide template. I'm also going to create main.css, and I'm going to leave it in the templates folder just for the time being while I'm setting up the app, the template. And then when I'm done, I'm going to add all the template tags and then move the CSS file into static where it belongs. So let's create the HTML file. There we go. Right, doc type HTML, HTML head, and then in here we're going to have meta char set equals UTF-8. We're going to have a link ref equals main.css, rel equals style sheet, type equals text CSS. Then we're going to have the title. Now I thought long and hard about a nice title for this blog. I wanted something that suggested an air of sophistication and intellectualism, so I've gone for thought droppings. And then the body, so the body is just going to be the top navigation bar. So that's going to be an unordered list displayed horizontally. Body div id equals nav, and then ul li class equals title. This is going to be the title and also the link back to the home page. So a ref that, and then thought BR droppings. There we go. Now we're going to create the sections. So we're going to create links for all the different sections. I've chosen 3 sections for the blog. There's going to be a Bible category, coding and travel, and also there's going to be a meet the authors section. So li class equals section a ref equals, leave that blank for the time being, and then Bible. Okay, in here, coding, travel, and then we wanted another one, meet the authors. And then we want another section which is going to be called auth, and that's going to be your profile section. So that'll say login, view profile, log out, all that stuff. So we'll just put some dummy text there for the time being. There. So I'm going to load this into here so that I can see what effect the CSS is going to have. There we are. Right. So I'm just going to do a bit of the CSS just to make it, functional and looking reasonably okay. That at the end of the video we're going to come back and do some more styling. So body, I want all the text to be Helvetica. So font family Helvetica sans serif. There we are. Next, we want the list items displaying horizontally, so display inline block. Good. Then we want, so I want the title to be quite big, so li.title, font size 2.4 em. I want the sections to be a little bit smaller and spaced out. There we are. I want this bit, the login bit, to be sectioned off on its own and a bit smaller. So rather like this. li.auth, font size 0.6 em. Margin left, we'll have that as 5 em. Padding left we will have as 0.8 em. And then border left, I want that to be 2 pixels solid black. There we are, that's all perfect. So for the time being, oh, there's one more thing I want to do because I don't like text decoration. The underlining is very 1993 and I'm going to push this all the way to 2006. So A, text decoration none, and that will do for the time being. Yep, that'll do. Right. So now we've done the site template, I'm going to add the template tags and then move main.css into the static folder where it belongs. So up here we have load static, then we have static main.css, we're going to change the title every time, so block title and end block title. Then we want some content tags down here, so just between div and body, block content and end block content. Done. So main.css moves into static, and now we create the home page. So first we'll go into the site URLs. We'll get rid of all this gumph. Now on the second line we're going to import include. Then here in the URL patterns we're going to add a new entry. So the path will be the empty string and include home.urls. That's a file we're about to create. Okay, so block and go. Now we go into home, and the first thing I want to do is create the template. God knows why Django does it this way, but this is how we have to do it. So new folder, templates, new folder, home, and then new file, home.html. God only knows why. So this is going to extend the main template, and I've actually saved this because it's going to save me a lot of time typing this out. We're going to create a lot of templates today, so I've just got this scrap of text here just ready to copy and paste. So home.html goes in there. So it extends main.html. The title isn't going to change, but we are going to add some new content. So h1 hello world, something like that. There we are. So now we go to the views, get that sorted. There's nothing to import. Def index. I'm using a function-based view here. Now there is debate within the Django community about the use of function-based views and class-based views. I really don't give a shit either way. I have no strong opinions on the argument, and just to piss everybody off I'm going to use both. So request and then return render request home /home.html. Then we return some content. At the moment we don't have any, so it's the empty dictionary. Save that, and then we create a views file. So home, new file. Did I say views? I meant URLs. We create a URLs file. For some reason Django does not include that as standard. So from Django.urls import path. We will need to import the views as well. So from .import views. Then URL patterns equals the list with a single entry, just a one path object. So it's the empty string as the first argument. Second argument is views.index, and the third argument is name equals home. Save that, and we should be just about ready to view the website. So I'm going to check for errors with python manage.py check. No issues there. So now I'm going to run the server. Python manage.py run server. And let's see if it works. So it's not this one, it's this one. And that does seem to be working, so that's grand. Cool. Okay, so the next thing to do is set up the authentication system. Now, Django provides some of the models and some of the views, but not all of them, so we are going to have to create the registration view, and it doesn't provide any of the templates, so we've got to do all those ourselves. So the first thing to do is set up the registration view. We're going to go into home views.py, and we are going to start by making a couple of imports. Now, I am referring to a book here because I always forget how to do this. The book is Build a Website with Django 3 by Nigel George, and I will include a link to this book because it is a very good book. Most computing books are not well tested and badly written, but this one is actually pretty decent. So, with that in mind, from django.views.generic.edit import create view, and from django.contrib.auth.forms import user creation form. There are a couple more imports. From django.urls import reverse lazy. Now this is a really useful function. I'll explain what this does in a moment, but there's one more import. From django.http import http response redirect down here. There we are. Right. From the book, because he puts it better than I could, I've introduced a new function in this bit of code, reverse lazy. In keeping with the don't repeat yourself principle, it is always advisable to avoid hard-coding URLs. Django makes this task easy by providing the functions reverse and reverse lazy for reversing URLs. In other words, if you provide either reverse or reverse lazy with the name of the URL, it will look up the URL name and replace it with the corresponding absolute URL. So basically, within Django's system, it has a bunch of absolute URLs associated with a name. So instead of having to type out the whole URL, we just call the name, and then Django goes and looks it up. So that's really useful. So let's create this. Let's create this view. So class register. This is the class-based view, and it inherits create view. There we go. Template name. Now Visual Studio Code makes some very interesting assumptions about what you're trying to do here. So it's done this. Wait till you see what it does in a minute. So template name equals registration / register.html. So this is the register template in the registration folder, and we'll create all this in a couple of minutes. And then form class is user creation form. And then finally success URL. Now watch this. What is that? What is that? Success URL equals reverse lazy, and we're going to feed it a name, register success, and when we come to do the site URLs in a couple of minutes, we will use this name and give Django a URL to go to. So that's class register. Now, assuming the user has filled in the form correctly, we need to save the data and redirect the user to a a success page. So def form valid self form form.save and return HTTP response redirect, and we're going to redirect it to here, self.success URL. There we are. Save that. That's the register view done. So now we have to do the templates. So we're going to come out of here, we're going to go into blog, templates, and we're going to create a new folder called registration. Inside here we're going to create 3 new HTML files. First will be called login.html. The second will be called register.html, and the third will be called success.html. Okay, so let's get rid of the stuff we don't need. Okay, so we'll focus on these. So first, login.html. Now this extends main.html, so we'll copy this in. There we go. And the title will this time be login. Okay, so block content, we're going to have a title. So h1 we'll say please log in. And then under that we'll have a little subheading. You must be logged in to post articles, make comments, and view your profile. Okay, then we're going to have a form. Form method equals post, and action equals URL login. So this is an example of reverse lazy right here. Django will look for any of these. It will look for something like this with a name, a login. Sorry, I'll start that again. Django will look for a URL which has been given the name login, and then it will return that URL. So we're going to have a form in the form of a table. So table here, and this table is going to have 2 columns. Now try and visualize this. This table will have 2 columns. So one will be the labels, and the second column will be the inputs. Then we need to load in the form. So form.as table. Because we provided login up here, Django will know exactly which form to load in. But underneath this we need an extra row which contains an empty space in one cell and the submit button in the other. So tr and then td. In here we're going to have an empty space, and in this one we're going to have the submit button. Input type equals submit, value equals login. There we are. So the user might not have an account yet, so we will invite them to register. So that will be not registered yet. A ref equals, so this is another reverse lazy, URL register, close, close, close. Then we'll just put register here. There we go. Then we have a hidden input. Now I'm going to read from the book again. Input type equals hidden, name equals next, value equals next. So this is a template variable, and that should be in quotes. And I will read from the book about what this does, because it's very important and very interesting. So next, what does this do? We've added a hidden field to the form. When a page link is redirected, which is what happens when a user is sent to the login page, Django saves the original destination in the next template variable. We add the next variable, so once the form is submitted successfully, the value of next is preserved, and Django knows where to redirect the user. So that's why we do that. And then right at the bottom we have our CSRF token, and we are done. That's the login page. I think I'll just check me notes. Yep, that's it for the login page. So now we do the register page, which is very similar. We just need to make a few small changes. So I'm going to copy this and go into register. There we go. So the title should be register. And then please register, and you must be registered to post articles, make comments and view your profile. This all stays the same. We don't have an action here, so this goes table form as table, NBSP input type equals submit value equals register, tr table. Now we don't have this link because they are registering. Input type equals hidden, name equals next, value equals next, CSRF token, form end block content. So that is done. And now we do the success page, which is just going to be a little, thank you for registering and click here to log in. So success, copy all that. We're going to get rid of most of this, so we don't want the form. We'll change the title to success, and here we'll just have a thank you for registering, and then we'll invite them to log in. So please aref equals. Now watch very carefully what I'm doing here. So the template tag URL login, but we need to update the next variable as well. So close that, and then question mark next equals /. Then we close it all up and log in. Save that, and that's the success HTML done. So there's two more things to do. We need to update the main template, and then we need to update the site URLs. So main template first. We're going to go to this authorization section and take out what we've got there, because we're going to use an if statement. If the user is logged in, then we will invite them to view their profile or log out. If they're not logged in, then they need to log in. So if user.is_authenticated, then we're going to say welcome user.username. The user object and all of its functions and variables is loaded in at runtime. So Django includes this as standard, so we don't need to load it in ourselves, it's just there. So welcome username, then we want a link to view profile, aref equals, leave that blank for the time being, and we'll just say view profile, or then another link, aref equals URL log out using reverse lazy again, and then we've got to preserve next, so question mark next equals /. Close the A, and then we'll just put log out, and there we are. Next thing to do is else. So if the user is logged in, do all this, else invite them to log in. So I'm just going to copy this because I am feeling so lazy today. Log in. I'm actually going to put login or register, because if you don't have an account, it's not obvious where to go. So login or register, and we'll just type in here login. There we go. So, oh yeah, we've got to finish with end if. Otherwise, Django will throw a strop. So close that, save that, and then we update urls.py, which I think is this one. Yes. Okay. So a couple of imports to make from Django.views.generic. Goddamn. Generic.base import template view. And then we need to import the register view that we created a few minutes ago, and that was in home.views. So from home.views import register. Okay, so now we're going to add some URL patterns, and the first one is a long bugger. So path register /success, too many C's, success /, and then we're going to send them the success template that we just created here. So template view dot as view, and then in here we're going to have template name equals registration /success.html, and then right on the end we're going to have name equals register success. Now, do you remember a few minutes ago when we were in home views, we used reverse lazy to give this URL a name? There it is. So reverse lazy register -success. It is absolutely vitally important that whatever you put here also goes here. It should be exactly the same. So that's that one. Then path register /, and then it's going to be register.as view, nothing in the parentheses this time, and then name equals register. Again, this is using reverse lazy, so when we went here and created the register link, this is where it's going to look. It's going to look here and go, oh yes, we need this. Okay. And there's one more. Yes. Path empty string include django.contrib.auth.urls. And that is all done. So I'm going to check that it's all okay with Django. Python manage.py check, looks good. Python manage.py run server, go. So that's the server side working. What about the client side? So refresh the page. That's updated. That's good. So let's expand this. Okay. So let's say I want to log in. There's the login form, and I'll log in using my so log in using that. So log in. Hello world, yeah, that's working. Okay, so now I can view profile or log out. Can't view profile yet because we haven't created that, but I can log out. Okay, that works. Then login or register. Let's say I'm a new user, so I want to register. There's the register form. And we'll call it A Smith. No, K Smith. Create myself a password. And then register. Thank you for registering. Please log in. See if I can log in. What was it? K Smith. Yeah. And then password. Welcome K Smith, view profile and log out. So that's all working. So that's the auth done. And now we will start work on the authors app. Okay, so let's start by creating the author model. So let's tidy this up a bit. And we'll go into authors models. And we will create the author model. Okay. So what are we going to input? We need users. So some of our users will be registered as authors, and some won't. So we're actually going to use user as a foreign key. From django.contrib.auth.models import user, and now we have the author class. Class author models.model, then user ID equals models.foreignkey user, and then on delete equals cascade. That should be models.cascade, excuse me, models.cascade. Then we have a name, with a max length of 60. We have a picture, so pic equals models dot chart field. It's just going to be a link to a picture somewhere. So field models.chart field max length equals, let's say 60 again, and then the biography, so a little a pen picture. So bio equals models.chart field. This time we'll set the max length to 200. And then we want some, you know, I was going to put some social media links, but you know, I absolutely despise social media, so we're not going to do that. So we'll leave it like this, and then we're going to have the string representation. So def str self, and then just going to do return self dot name. Save that, and that's the model done. So then we go to admin, import the model from .models import author, and when it comes to the admin console, we just want to be able to sort and search by name. So class author admin admin.model admin. What do we want to do here? Oh yeah, so search fields equals list display equals ordering equals the tuple, which contains the single element name, and always add the comma on the end, otherwise Python will throw a fit. Well, basically, if you don't put the comma on the end, Python thinks it's a string. So admin.site.register author, author and author admin. That's all we do for that. And then we go to views and set up the view for this one. Again, class-based view. So class, for that we need to import the model. Import author, and then we need to import view. So from Django.views import view, and then class author view, and it inherits view. Def get self and request. So we're just going to have a page that lists all the authors. So return render request authors/authors.html, and then we need some content. So it's going to be authors as the key in the dictionary, and then the value will be author.objects.all. Save that. Now we create the URLs py file. Get that all linked up. Django, from Django.urls import path, and from .views import author view. URL patterns equals the list, and it's a path object as usual, empty string, author view.asView, and the parentheses are very important, always include those, and then name equals authors. I'm going to see if we can use reverse lazy on this, because we got the name, so I'm going to see if that works. Okay, save that, that's done, and then we need to create the template. So authors, faff and a half this, templates, authors, new file, authors.html. There we are. Right, so copy the first bit in, extends main.html, block title will be meet the authors, and then in block content we got a fair bit to put in here, so just referring to my notes. So inside block content we're going to have for author in authors, and then we might as well do the end for. So we have div class equals author, and h1 is going to be a template variable, author.name. Then what are we going to have? We're going to have the picture, so p, then image source equals author.pic, and that should be in should that not be in quotes? Like this. My notes are saying no, but my brain is telling me yes. Width equals 150 and height equals 200. There we go. And then the bio. So that's p author dot bio. Save that and we are done with that. So the next thing to do is go to the main URLs file and link it all up. So we go to blog and down to URLs, create a new entry, path, and that's going to be /authors. No, sorry, it's just going to be authors. God damn. Authors /. Then it's going to be include authors.urls. Save that, and then the last thing to do is update the main template. And as I said, I'm going to try using reverse lazy. So in here, I'm going to do URL authors. If that works, that would be amazing. Right, so run the server. We'll do, before we do anything, we've got to do the migrate because we just created a new table. So Python manage.py make migrations, and then Python manage.py migrate. There we are, and then Python manage.py run server. Okay, so we go to here, refresh this. We have a link here, meet the authors. That looks good. So if I click it, we are at the authors page, which is currently blank because we don't have any authors. We are now going to remedy this. So going into admin. Okay, so log in. Log in as the site super user. Slipping. There we go. So there's the authors model. We've got to make some additions. So what I've actually done, I'm going to switch this over to Chrome actually because I don't like this very much. And because in Chrome I've already got my image host loaded, so I'm just going to go here, 127 blah blah blah, and it should work all the same. Yeah, all works the same. Yeah, so I'm going to go into admin, then we're going to go into login, authors add. Right, so each author is going to need a username, a name, a picture and a biography. So what I've done is, for the pictures, I went to a website called thispersondoesnotexist.com. I'm not going to show you the whole process because I've already got the images I want to use, but I'll just show you the website. You might already know about this. It's not loading. Oh no, it is. Right, this person does not exist. This is an AI generated image, and if you refresh, you just get a new person. Very occasionally it goes wrong and you end up with some kind of weird mutant thing at the side. So you just keep refreshing and you get images and images and images, and you just pick one that looks like they would write for your particular section. That's Michael Vaughan, the cricket captain, isn't it? Oh, maybe this isn't so random. Okay. So, anyway, that's how that works. So I got 3 images from here, and then I went and saved them in my image hosting service. So all the images for this site are going to be hosted externally, and this is the image that I found. And we got this weird, what the hell is this on the side? So I'm going to use that in my website. And these are the other 2. So give them a name, and for the next few minutes they're going to be your little imaginary friends. So we're going to start with this lady. We give her a name. I'm going to call her Lucy Smith. They need an associated account, so create a user account for them. L Smith. We'll give her a password. Save. The name is going to be Lucy Smith. Picture is going to be the link we just copied, and then the biography. Doesn't matter if you just put some dummy text in here for the time being. So I'll just put some blah blah blahs, and that will do. There we go. So that goes up to 200 characters. Save and add another, and just create some authors for your website. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to create 2 or 3, and then we will reconvene. Okay, so I've created 3 authors, and I'm now going to update the authors page. It should show them. So we go here, meet the authors, and there they are. As I said, towards the end of the video we're going to come and tidy this up and make it look really nice, but for the time being this will do. Okay, so now we're going to go and do the article app. This is going to be quite an undertaking. This is really the engine room of the entire website. So there's a lot of coding to do here. So we'll close out of everything we don't need. Absolutely everything we don't need. And then we shall begin. So, articles, models. That's the first thing to do. 3 models to create here. The first one will be the article. Oh no, the first one will be section, which I think is possibly overkill, but we'll go with it anyway. So the first will be section, the second will be the article model itself, and then the third one will be for comments, because we would like a little comment section in our blog. So we're going to go to models. Okay, so we have 4 imports to make here. From ckeditor.fields import rich text editor. Then from authors.models import author. We also need to import user, so from django.contrib.auth.models import user. And finally from datetime import datetime, because all the articles are going to have a last edited timestamp and the comments are going to have a time published timestamp. So class section models.model, and then name equals models.charfield max length equals 20. So each section is going to have its own database row entry. I'm not so good on database theory, I don't know the terminology. Anyway, we do need the string definition, so def dunder str dunder self, and then return self dot name. Is that done? Then we do the article, so class article models dot model, And we're going to start with two primary keys. So there's section, models dot foreign key, section, and on delete equals models dot cascade. There we go. Copy that for author. We're going to borrow from the authors table. So author is a foreign key from the authors table. No, just author. There we are. So that's those two. And each page will have a title which must be unique. So we're going to generate a permalink for each web page, but the permalink has to be unique. The permalink will be derived from the title. It'll just be basically the title minus all the spaces and the punctuation. So the title also needs to be unique. So models.char field max length equals 40 and unique equals true and blank equals false. And then permalink equals models.char field, and we'll say max length 40 again. Then author is done, so then it's text. So the actual body text of the article is going to be rich text editor. Now I don't know what the default's here, so I'm just going to enforce blank equals true and null equals true. We're going to have a published. This is going to be a boolean, so this will be we want our authors to decide whether their article is ready for publication or whether they're still working on it. So this is going to be models.boolean field default equals false and blank equals false. So it can't be blank, it's got to be one or the other, but as a default we'll say false. Last edited is going to be models.datetime field with a default of datetime.now. And lastly we want a nice little thumbnail image, so image equals models.char field. Again, this will be an external link to a picture, and blank equals false, max length equals, we'll say that's 80. There we go. And then the string representation will just be def dunder string dunder self, and we'll just return self.title. Save that, and now the comments model, class comment models.model. So this has two foreign keys, so I'm going to borrow these and just edit them. Section, oh, that should be a lowercase a. So this is going to be user and article. User, article, user, article. Then we'll have a comment, which is going to be a text field. Oh, that just has a label, doesn't it? Comment. Yeah. And then we want the time published. So time published equals models dot datetime field. We're not going to have a default for that one, so we'll just leave that as it is. Then the string representation is going to be a bit more complex. str. So return, and we're going to have a string with some formatting. So 0 commented on 1 at 2 dot format. So 0 is going to be the user, self dot user name. 1 is going to be the article, so that's going to be self dot article dot title, and 2 is going to be time published, so self dot time published. There. Save that. That's the models done. Now we go to admin to set up the admin console. Okay, so from django.contrib import admin, and then from .models import everything, absolutely everything. Then we want to do what do we want to do? Oh yeah, article admin, comment admin, and section admin. Section admin is pretty easy. Class section admin, admin.modeladmin. Because I am feeling so lazy today, I'm going to copy this and do this. Section admin, article admin, and comment admin. In here we're going to have search fields equals list display equals ordering, and we've only got one field in this table, so that's name. Always add the comma. And we're going to have pretty much the same for all three. So for the article, we're going to have, we want to search by title, section, and author. And by comment, we want to sort by user and article. Oh yeah, so articles. There we are. So that will do nicely. And then we register with the site admin. So admin.site.register section and section admin. Copy this, paste it twice. We're going to have article, comment, and comment. There we go. Save that, and that is the admin done. Now, next thing to do is the forms. So we're going to have a form for the article, for the author to fill out, and then a comment form. So we're going to go to articles, new file, forms.py. Okay, so from django.forms import model form. And then from .models import article and comment. I'm not going to have one for section. So class article form model form. class meta model equals article and fields equals. So these are the fields that the author is going to fill out. There will be a few fields that are sort of automatically generated. So title, text, section, published, and image. There we are. So that will do same thing for comment. So class comment form, model form, class meta model equals comment and fields. There's only one field that the user needs to fill out, and that's the comment. Everything else is going to be automatically generated. So that's that. Now we go to the views, and this is going to be a monster. So there's actually 4 views we want in here. There's going to be a view for when the user wants to view a specific article, a view for when the user wants to see all articles in a given section, a view for when the author wants to edit an article, and another view for when the author wants to create a new article. So we'll start with the section view first. There's a lot of imports to do here, so there are 7 in total. So from Django.shortcuts import render, we got that already. From http.client import http response, and then import the models, import the forms, from Django.http import http response redirect, and then from datetime import datetime. We need the author model, and we will need from Django.views import view. Okay, that's a lot of imports. So first is get section. So class, so that should be section view, which inherits view. Then okay, so we have def get self request and section. So we're going to have a section variable chosen by the user, and we're going to use that to fetch all articles in a given section. So chosen section equals section dot objects dot get. Again, I do think this is overkill. Section name, oh, that should just be name. Name equals chosen section. Sorry, no, that should be section. Name equals section. There, so that gets the chosen section, and then articles equals article dot objects dot filter, and then section equals chosen section, but we only want the ones that have been published, so it's published equals true. There we go. Then we send it all to the template, so return render request articles / articles .html, and then we want the content, so sec we'll just say, I don't know, section is chosen section, and articles is articles. There we go, that's the first view done. So now we create the URLs. So we're going to go to articles, new file, urls.py, and then that's from django.urls import path, and we also import the views. So from .views import everything, and then URL patterns equals a list with one entry for the time being, path. Now I've just got to get my notes, I've forgotten this. URLs, okay, so that's we got 3 paths here depending on what the user chooses. So section / Bible, that's views dot get, oh, and that's going to be section view dot as view, parentheses, very important. Then we're going to send in a variable, so that's going to be a dictionary, section Bible, and then name equals, I'm going to call this Bible. There we go. So we'll create 3 of these. And then we're going to edit them, so that should say coding, this will say coding, and this will say coding, and then travel, travel, and travel. There we are. Save that. That's the main URLs. No, that's the app URLs done. Now we do the main URLs, which is in blog URLs. Then I think we do path, articles / and then it's just include articles.urls. There we go. File, save. I'm trying to think what else we need to do. Oh yes, the template. So out of blog into articles. You know the drill by now. Templates, new folder, articles, new folder, articles.html. Right, get my notes up again. Okay, so right, I appear to have created a folder called articles.html. I don't want that, so let's delete. Well, not all of it, just that. That's good. So article, templates, articles, and then new file, articles.html. There we go. Right, so we'll copy in the top bit of text. Right, we can come out of most of this for the time being. Copy that in. So this is going to be, yep, section is correct, and then we'll just put section next to it. Block content, H1, and we'll have section, sections, that will say Bible section, coding section, whatever. Then we'll have for article in articles, and then end4, and then we have a div class equals article thumbnail. We have an h4 which will have, oh yes, the permalink and the title. So a href equals article dot permalink. I might even try and make that into a reverse lazy, but we'll just stick with this for the time being. Close that. Then that's going to be a link to the title. So article dot title. There we are. I think we want a thumbnail. Oh no, we want the author next. h5 article dot author, and then we want a little pipe, and then last edited is going to be article dot last edited. And there is something I forgot to do in the models, which I will now do. Well, do the image first, then we'll do it. So image source equals article dot image, height equals 200, width equals 300. And that's all we have for that. So save that. That's the app template done. Now I'm going to go back into models because I want the comments and the articles to display in reverse chronological order. So starting from the newest and ending with the oldest. So I'm going to add a little extra bit, class meta, and then I've completely forgotten what it is. No, not there. Oh yeah, ordering equals minus last edited. So ordering equals minus, oh, that should be minus last edited. Save that, and we're going to copy this into comments because we want the same thing. So down here we're going to have order by time published. There. Save that, and that's done. So I'm going to check that that actually works. Let's see. Oh, Django doesn't like something. Cannot put in rich text editor from ck editor.fields. Oh, that's never happened before. Let me see if I've got this right. It's not rich text editor, it's rich text field. So we're on the right page, so it's up here, it's rich text field. Oh, silly me. Save that, that should have calmed it down. Yes, good. So I will just do a quick check. Well, first we've got to do, we'll do check first. Then we've got to do the migrate because we've added 3 new tables. Then we can reload the site and see what that's done. Python manage.py run server. Yes, indeed. Right. So if I go into, oh, we haven't updated the links. Okay, goddamn. Right. So in the main template, we're going to add some links. So I'm going to try with some reverse lazy. So this one should be URL Bible. And we'll copy these. That should be travel. So right, we need to put that in, and that in, and then coding and travel. Right, save that. Let's see if that works. Refresh the page, and we want to go to here. Looks good. Does not exist. Section matching query does not exist. Okay, so let's see, what section is it looking for? Bible. We haven't added the sections yet. That's why. So we go into admin and we add the sections. So sections here, Bible, coding, travel. There we go. Back here, refresh, Bible. Yes, so that is all working. But we don't have any articles yet, so let's fix that now. Okay, so now we're going to create some articles for the site. I've already filled in most of this. It's pretty self-explanatory. So we have a travel section. We've chosen the author. We have a title and we have a permalink. Now, when we come to do the view, the permalink will be generated automatically, but here we've just inputted it manually. And then I've got some sort of dummy Lorem Ipsum text, and I'm just going to throw some images around. So we'll have this one. I'll just put it here. We'll put it maybe there. So image in there, and then URL there. Wait for it to load. It will take a while. And then we'll turn the width down to 400, and it automatically adjusts the height. So okay that, and there's your picture, and that's nice. And then published, yes. Last edited today, now. And the image, again, we're gonna take from our image host. Say this one. Copy that. Where is it? It's this one. Paste it in there. Save and add another. So I'm going to see if that's actually worked. So let's go to the travel section. Refresh. There's an article. We don't yet have a working link to this because we haven't created the single article view or the template yet, but it is there. And as I said earlier, we will tidy this up and make it look nicer. So that's that done, and your task now, if you're following along, is to go and create, say, a dozen or so articles for your website. Okay, so I've created 15 articles for the website, and we're just going to check that this all works with the sections. So we go to travel, and let's reload that. So there we are. We go to Bible, and there's a couple of articles there, and then we go to coding, and there's a few articles there, so that's good. So now we need to do the links so that people can actually view these articles, but the article pages will have a comment form, so it's going to be quite a lot of code here. So views.py, and I should have got my notes up before I started. Okay. And it's on a go slow, so we'll just create the view here. So it's class article view. We're going to have a get, oh God's sake, so we're going to have a get and a post method for this class. Okay, so def get, we will have self request and page Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to do so we want a comment form. So this is when the user is just loading the page for the first time. cform equals comment form. There's nothing in there. And then comments. So we want to load in all the comments that already exist for this article. So comments equals comment dot objects dot filter article. Oh, we need to get the article. Didn't get the article, right. So first line should actually be article equals article dot objects dot get permalink equals page name. cform is comment form. Comments is comment objects dot filter article equals article. So get all the comments for the selected article, and then create the content dictionary. So article is article, cform is cform, and comments is comments. There we go, and then we return that to the template. Return render request articles article.html and return the content. There. Save that. So that's if the user is just loading in the web page. But if they've just posted a comment, we've got to do some extra bits. So def post self request page name. Now a lot of this is quite similar, so I'm going to copy the first couple of lines. So it's these two. These are almost the same, except comment form will now have request dot post in there, and then we have if cform dot is valid, if the user has filled it in correctly, then we have comment dot objects dot create, and this is a bit ugly here, this is a bit boilerplate and a bit horrible, but comment equals cform dot cleaned data comment user equals self dot request dot user, then article is just going to be the current article, and time published is going to be date time dot now. Save. Okay, so that, and then oh yeah, once the comment has been posted and saved to the database, we then return the user back to the same page like this: self dot request dot path info. Save. There we are. So that's the view done. Then we have to do the URLs. So we go to urls.py. Okay. Add a new entry, path, and the path is going to be str page name. We're going to have views dot no, we don't need views, it's just article view dot as view, name equals get. Save that. I don't think we can do this as reverse lazy. So I'm just going to leave it like that for the time being. Now we create the template. So that's article.html, and I will go to that template. Okay, so we'll copy in the copy in the top text and then paste that in there. So that is going to be article.title, and then in the content we're going to have div class equals single article. Okay, h1 article.title, and we'll have a p, and then we'll have article.author.name, and a pipe, and article.last edited. Auto escape off, and then we want the article.text. End auto escape, that's just to make sure it renders on the page properly. And that's it for the article. Now we do the comment section. So horizontal line, and I must have been very tired and very angry when I wrote this out because, well, you'll see. Div class equals comment section. We'll have a header h3, and here's what I've written in my notes. Here's the dregs of humanity giving their worthless opinions. Wow. Okay, so h3, and then we load in the comments. So for comment in comments, and then we might as well do end for. What have we got? Then we have a div, so div class equals comment. Then we have p strong, we want this in bold. Comment dot user dot username, and a pipe, and then comment dot time published. And then we want p and load in the comment itself. That's that, save all that. Div end for, and then we want the actual form. Div end for. Oh, I see, yeah, okay, so that goes there, end for. Right. So if the user is authenticated, we'll show them the form. If they're logged in, we'll show them the form and let them make a comment. If they're not logged in, we'll just say you need to be logged in to post a comment. So if user dot is authenticated, and then end if. So if they are authenticated, we're gonna add this. Oh dear. Want to add to this cesspit pit of bile, be my guest. Then we have the form method equals post action equals nothing. So then we have the form, so form is going to be cform.comment. That's the only field that will actually be shown to the user, and we'll have a submit button as well. Input type equals submit value equals submit. There we go, that's the end of the form, and we need the CSRF token. CSRF token. So if they're not logged in, then we need to tell them to log in. So else, and then P, you must be logged in to comment. Save that, and that is the template all done. So let's see if that works. There's no problems there, so we'll do Control C, Python manage.py, check, it's always worth checking, and then Python manage.py, run server. Let's go in and have a look. So refresh that. If I go here, I don't know if that link is correct. It definitely isn't. Okay, so what are we going to do? Okay, so we're going to go to this. We'll go to the articles and have a think about this. This should be, let me just check my notes. Articles. Okay, so that should be articles and then the permalink, and I should actually put that there as well. So articles / permalink is probably better. So let's try that again. Now it links to articles, section articles. Okay, so that should be / articles / permalink. Refresh that again. That looks better. So it should be articles Euro 28. So go there. Yep, there we are. And if we scroll down, we have a comment form. So I'm going to leave a comment. Submit that and see what happens. Yeah, and then go down. There's my comment. I'll post another comment just because. Submit, and we'll see what order they've done it in. Yep, so it's the newest comment first, which is what we wanted. So there we are. That works. So if I log out and go to the same article, it should. Yeah, I don't have. It says you must be logged into comment. I'm actually going to make that bold because it doesn't stand out enough. And then we're done. So that's article. Make that strong. Ooh. Oh, you son of a... Oh, for God's sake, stop. Oh, right, get rid of that. That goes there. Save that. And that's better. So there we are. So that's an article view, and it should work pretty much everywhere. So if I go here, yeah, that's all good. So that's that bit done, and now we'll create the views for edit article and new article. So let's start with the new article view, and the code here is so hideous it's not fit for human eyes. However, there's only about 8 people who watch these videos anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. We have 3 imports at the top. Import RE from Django.contrib import messages, and the third one, which is from Django.urls import reverse lazy. So there's going to be a few error messages in this part, and we need to deal with them. So class new article view. That should be lowercase c. There we go. New article view, which of course inherits view, and this will have a form, so we will have a get and a post function. Def get self and request. Okay, so this is when the user wants to get the article form, and there are 3 possibilities here. The user could be an author, in which case we send them the article form and let them get on with it. They might not be an author, in which case we tell them to bugger off. Or the user might not be logged in at all, in which case Django usually throws an error and we have to catch that and deal with it. So try. So if author.objects.filter user ID is equal to self.request.user.exists. In other words, if the current user is in the author model, then we give them the article form. So a form equals article form request dot get. And then we render, so return render request articles / new article.html, and then the content, which is just a form and a form. Oh, then that doesn't need to be a list, that's just a form. Right, that's that bit done. So now if the user isn't an author, we tell them to bloody well piss off. Right, messages dot warning request, and then we have a message: you are not an author, bugger off. There we go. And then we redirect them back to the home page, because we do not want them on this page. Return HTTP response redirect, and we're going to use reverse lazy home. Now you may remember way back at the start of the video we did home and urls.py, and we had here a name home. So this is another example of reverse lazy working. So instead of having to type in the URL of the home page, we just do this and it does a sort of lookup thing. So that's really cool. That's that. And then if the user isn't logged in at all, we need to do catch type error. Doesn't like type error, oh dear. So it's supposed to be accept type error. There we go. So accept type error. It's going to be very similar to this with a slightly different message. So put that there, and then just say you are not logged in. Save that, and that is the get method done. So now the post method, post self request again. Oh, this code is just hideous, but I couldn't find another way to do it. So author equals author.objects dot get user ID equals self.request.user. If the user has been able to post the form, that means they must be logged in as an author, so we don't need to do that check again. And then a form equals article form request.post. We need the current author because we're going to put that into the article table. So a form. Now, if a form dot is valid, if it's been filled out properly, then the first thing we need to do is get the title and then derive the permalink from the title. So title equals a form dot cleaned data title, and then permalink, we're going to do a bit of regex. So permalink equals re.sub, and then it's this. So r, and we've got quotes, then we've got square brackets, and inside the square brackets we've got that, I don't know what that symbol is, A to Z undercase, A to Z uppercase, lowercase and uppercase, and then slash D, so that counts for the digits. So this is going to take the title of the page, strip away all the spaces and quotation marks, and just have the alphanumeric digits so that it's ready to become a permalink. And then the second argument is an empty string, and the third argument is the title. So there we are. So that's the regex. And then we can save the article. So article.objects.create title equals title, permalink equals permalink, section text, and do author. Author, oh, let's do this on a separate line. No, wait. Author equals author, and then last edited equals date time dot now. Let's see if that works. It might not. I'm just going to see if it does work. Then we're going to send a message, messages.warning, request article created successfully. I'm going to check actually. I've got messages.warning, but it might be a different kind of message. There might be different options, so I'm just going to check. Oh yeah, these are my notes. You're seeing that. So Django messages. So this is an interesting bit of research. Something better than warning. So success. Okay, we'll try success. Messages dot success. Let's try that instead. And then it's going to be this again. So we're going to redirect them to the home page. Actually, if they've created an article successfully and they're logged in, I should return them to profiles, but profiles doesn't exist yet, so it will be home, and then once we finish the profiles app, we'll redirect it to profiles. So that's home. So I just deleted home and put home back in. Right. If the form is not valid, then we do messages.warning request and aform.errors. But Django's own form editing system is pretty robust, and it will flag up any messages as the user is going along, so we might not need this, but I will just redirect to the home page anyway. So that one. Save that, and that could be I have a feeling it won't be because we're not putting all of the data in there, so we've missed out a few bits, but I'll try it like this. I have a feeling yes, we'll try it anyway. I have a feeling this will give an error. So control, come out of there. Oh no, we're a long way from finished yet. Goodness. We've got to do the URLs. That's path. New article. We still got to do the template yet. Then it's new article view dot as view, and then name equals new. Save that. That's got to go at the top. That's very important. It won't work if you put it somewhere else. Has to be at the top. Articles, new files. We'll do the template now. Oh, we need to add something to the main template as well. In fact, while my notes are loading up, I'll do it now. So if messages, see if I can remember this. If messages message, what it should actually be is for message in messages message end for and end if. That doesn't need double tags there, so that's wrong, but I can save that. That's the main template. Now the app template, articles, new file, new article.html. Okay. Okay, so it's going to copy this bit, and then title is going to be new article, block content, and then we're going to have a header, new article, then the form method equals post, action equals nothing. We're going to have a CSRF token, then table. Now this is really important, aform.media. If you don't include this, you'll just get Django's own text field, which is not really very useful to us. We want the rich text field, so we've got to put this in. Then we load in the form, so aform.as table. Then we need an extra row containing the submit button. So TD and NBSP, just so it all lines up properly, and then TD input type, type equals submit, value equals save, and that is it for the time being. So save that. That's your new article thing, and I think we are now ready to have a look at the website. Python manage.py run server. Yep. And then we're going to go over here. Let's close out all this junk. Going to go here. Let's reload this. Yeah, that seems to be working. So let's see if it'll actually let me have an article. So Izmir. I know that's not how it's spelled, but this is my 4th or 5th attempt at doing this. So a bit of dummy text. Oh, I've hit something wrong. Okay, a bit more dummy text. Section, travel, published, why not? And then image. Let's go for this one. Right, let's see if that works. Oh no. Not null constraint failed article section ID. Ooh. Okay. So it can't be. Alright, so it's not saving all the data. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to do this the ugly way. Didn't want to do it this way, but I'm just going to declare all of the fields one by one. So section equals a form dot cleaned data section. This is a terrible hack, but there's no other way. What else is there? Image equals a form dot cleaned data image. There's 8 fields in this, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other 2 are published. Let's move these down here. And the other one is title text. Save that. Now it should work. It's ugly as hell, but it'll work. Go back here, save. Article created successfully. We go to the travel section. There's our article we just created, and there we are. So that's all working. So if I log out and then try to go to that same page, it should redirect me to the home page with a message saying you're not logged in. There's nothing there at all. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's try that again. So it's new article. Oh, so it log in as someone who's not an author, and then try to go to that page. What happens? New article. You are not an author, bugger off. That's perfect. So what's gone wrong with the not logged in thing? Nothing, it just didn't return an error. That's fine, because we just want it to return to the home page, so the error message doesn't really bother me that much. So I'm happy with that. It's not perfect, but it'll do. So that is the new article done, and the next thing is edit article. Okay, and finally edit article. So let's get a class up, class edit article view, and that will be view. We have get and post methods again, def get. This time we're going to have a page name, so self request page name. We're going to get the relevant page from the articles model, so article equals article dot objects dot get. Now, I've noticed a couple of mistakes here, so I might have to fix them on the fly. Objects dot get and then permalink equals page name. The permalinks are not showing up properly because some of the permalinks are being stored as uppercase and we need them all lowercase. So what I'm going to do up here is dot to lowercase, or is that just dot lowercase? Lower, there we are. So save that, so that will make every permalink into lowercase, so then it'll always work. So article page name, that's done. Now I'm going to refer back to my notes because I've forgotten. So edit article, there we are. So a form equals article form instance equals article. So now we need to check if the currently logged in user is actually the author of this article. If they're not, we tell them to go away. If they are, we give them the edit form. So if article.author.user_id is equal to self.request.user, then we just return render request articles edit article.html and then a form and a form. There we go. Else we send them on their merry way, so that's going to be this one. Copy paste, and then in here we're just going to put you are not the author of this article, piss off. Okay, then we want def post, so def post self request page name. These first two lines are pretty much identical, so we're just going to copy these. So that's all the same, and then the second line we're just going to add request dot post and instance equals article. The reason we put instance equals article is so that when we load the form on the screen, it'll be pre-filled with all the details of that particular article. So that's it then. If a form dot is valid, then we've got to update the last edited bit. So article dot last edited equals date time dot now, and then a form dot save, and then we want to once they've saved the article, they might want to continue editing, so we return them to exactly the same page. So return HTTP response redirect self.request.path_info. There we are. Else, and then we're just going to copy this with the form errors. Again, very unlikely, as Django forms are very good at validating themselves. So save that, and that is the view. Then we go to URLs, and we add a new entry, path edit article /str page name. Second argument is edit article view dot as view, and the third one is name equals edit. Save that, and then add the comma at the end and save that. So we're done, and now just the template, new file. Okay, so this template is going to be very similar to the new article template, so I'm actually going to copy that, and I wonder if we could get away with using the same template. I'll investigate that in a moment, but we'll just do this for the time being. So this becomes edit article. Then we have block content. We change this to edit article. In fact, I'm going to change this to editing article.title. There we go. Nothing much changes outside of that. I think it's all pretty much the same. Yep, it's exactly the same. So we'll save that, and I'll think of a way of getting this to maybe having just one. Oh, I've got a new article copy. What's this? Oh, blimey. Okay, so what I'll do is then I'll copy that to here. Then I'll get rid of that. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Okay, so there's edit article. Save that. There's new article, which is untouched. They're so similar. The DIY principle, don't repeat yourself. So what I'm going to do actually is, oh no, I can't, because it's different, because there's different paths through the URLs. No, I don't think I can do it. Okay, we'll keep it like this. Right, and the next thing to do is go online and see if we can get this to work. So here's a travel section. Let's pick a random article. So I want to edit this one, Izmir. So what I'm going to do is articles. This will not work. Edit article. This is a bug. And we're going to go with Izmir. Oh, it worked that time. Okay, so here we are. This is oh, it didn't load in article.title. Okay, so what did we do wrong? Edit article. Oh yeah, because we haven't loaded in article, have we? So a form.title? No, that would be a no. We'll just put edit article. Wimp out of that. So edit that, and it worked that time. That was interesting. Okay, let's try Euler 26. Now, A. Smith is not the author of Euler 26. So if I do this, you are not the author of this article, piss off. That's perfect. But if I log in as the actual author, who I've forgotten, so I won't bother. So that's working. So the last thing to do is the profile, and then we're going to do a little bit of CSS styling. So just the profile. Okay, so view profile. We're going to go into the last app, the only one we haven't yet touched. Close all of this, and we're going to go into profiles. Now profiles has no model of its own, it only has a view and a URL py. So we're going to go into here, get my notes open. Oh dear. There we go. Profiles, views. Okay. So from Django.shortcuts import render. From authors.models import author. From articles.models import article and comment. From Django.views import view, and from Django.core.exceptions import object does not exist, because there will be an error that we need to catch. So class profile view, which inherits view. So if the current logged in user is an author, we'll show them their articles and a link to edit each article. If they're just a regular user, then we'll just show them their comments. So here we go. Def get self and request. So we're going to have the content variable up here, the empty dictionary, and then we're going to fill it conditionally based on what user we have. So try author equals author dot objects dot get user ID equals self dot request dot user. So this is where it might throw up object does not exist error, so we need to catch that. Articles equals article dot objects dot filter author equals author, and then content articles equals articles. Next, except object does not exist, and then we're just going to do content articles equals no articles. This catches two errors, so it may well be that the current logged in user is not an author. It could also be the case that the current author hasn't actually written any articles yet, so we'll just need to catch both, and we'll catch them here. And then content, so now we load in the comments. So content comments equals comment dot objects dot filter user equals self dot request dot user. Now I think, actually correcting myself, filter doesn't mind if there are 0 objects. If there are if the query, let me start that again. Filter can return 0 objects, but get can't. Get throws an error if the item is not found in the database. So I think that's how it works. Anyway, let's continue. Return render request profiles/profile.html and content. Save that. Then it's new file urls.py from django.urls import path, and from .views import profile view, and it's just a single URL path. So URL patterns equals path empty string profile view dot as view, and name equals profile. Save that. Then I'm going to go to the main URLs file and link it up. So that's here. Add a comma and then path profiles, and then it's include profiles dot URLs. Save. Now we want the profiles template. So profiles, new folder, templates, new folder, profile.html, and let's see what we've got for this one. Oh, this is a big one. Okay, right. So we'll start with this. I'll save a few seconds, not many. Right, I've closed down everything we don't need. That's pretty much everything at this stage. And now, that's I'll get rid of that because I've done that as a folder. That should be a file. Profiles.html. There we are. Right, put that in there. Then this is going to be user.username profile. Block content and block content. Okay. So h1, I'll just put the exact same thing there. Okay. So if articles is not just no articles, in other words, if there are articles, it's kind of a double negative, but there we go. End if. So if there are articles, we're going to write up a list. So h2 your articles, and then we'll invite them to create a new article. PA ref equals, let's see if we can do this as a template tag, URL new. Yeah, okay, something missing here, it's the quotes, so close that. Create new article here. That should work. I'll just check the URLs for the article view. So it's up here. Views. No, it's not. URLs. And it's new, so that's right. So that's good. Profiles. Right, then we want a table with all their articles in it. So table, tr, and then th, title, th, published, th, last edited, and then th, edit. Then I think we want close out the tr, that's there, and then right, for article in articles, n4, and then so we want a table row, and then td, first one's going to be title, so article dot title, then td published, article dot published, and then td article dot last edited, and then an edit link. So td, I don't think I can do this as a reverse lazy, so it's just going to have to be a href equals articles edit article / article dot permalink, and then edit this article. So that's the articles table done. Then I think we have an else. Then it should just say h2 no articles. There we go. Right, and then so this is not part of the if statement, so we'll end if there and continue down. We have your comments, h2 your comments. There's another table, so we have th, sorry, so we have article comment date submitted. Okay, then we load in the comments. For comment in comments, and end for in between that, td, and this is going to be a link to the article, so a ref equals articles / comment dot article dot permalink, close that, and then comment dot article dot title, td comment dot comment. Oh yeah, and we're going to truncate the characters, so we're going to do pipe and truncate chars 70, and then td comment TR. Oh, we didn't do the TR. TR. There we go. TR end for table end block content. So save that. That's the profile done. Now, did we do the main URLs PY? We did. So it might all be working. This is not showing any errors. So let's go here. Now this is A. Smith, who is one of our authors. So they should have a working profile. Ah, we didn't link it up. So we're going to go over to the main templates. Oh, that's here. And change this to URL profile. Percent that save. Now it might work. Refresh the page. View profile. Ah, template does not exist. Profiles.profile.html. So what have I got? Ah, I've got profiles.html. So just rename that. Then back there, refresh the page. View profile. Template still does not exist. Oh. Okay. Profiles, templates. Ah, see what I've done. So, new folder, profiles, and profile.html goes in there. Silly me. Right, try that again. View profile. Son of a bitch. Okay, profiles, templates, profiles, profile.html. Okay, so it's not that one. Right. Profiles, templates, profiles, profile.html. Maybe it's URLs. Profile, that's okay. So then it's views, URLs. Maybe that should be. This is interesting. Okay, I'll bet you're screaming at the screen. I bet you know the error already. So it's this one. Profiles, profile.html. So it's the views that it's pointing to. This one. Profiles, profile.html. Okay, this is confusing. Let's try this again. So I'm going to do Shift F5, do a hard refresh, and then nope. Oh bugger. Okay. Right. Okay. So instead of using maybe that should be profiles. No, still not liking it. Okay, in that case we'll get rid of this altogether and just do /profiles/. See what that does. Okay, so I'm going to have to think about this. Profile.html. If I type this out again, I'm very tired. It might just be a spelling error that I haven't seen. Profile.html. Save. Yes, there it is. It's working. So that's all it was. So there's the articles. Some of them will edit, and I fear some of them won't because the permalink wasn't done properly. Let's try. Oh, it does. It's working. It's all working. Wow. So now I'm going to log out and log in as someone who isn't an author but has posted comments, which would be the administrator. See what that does. There we are. No articles and your comments. It's got a link to the article and it's all working. So we now have a fully functioning blog website. So the last thing to do is spruce up the old CSS and then we are done. Okay, so I've got the CSS back up, and this may not be of any interest to you. If you just wanted to learn Django, you can probably hop off now because we're done with that. This is all going to be about styling. So, body, I'm not going to change very much here, but I'm going to change this back to serif. Just because, won't have any impact, I don't think. For now, because the server's running, you've got to do Shift F5 to reload the CSS. So Shift F5, got to remember that. So body there. I want the font color to change slightly. So font. Oh no, it's just color, isn't it? I want this to be a sort of very dark green. So I'm going to do #0000. Pick a color. So pale green, very dark, very dark. There, that'll do. So save that, refresh. Okay, I think that has changed. I'll just try that with Shift F5. That has changed to green. It's just so dark it's imperceptible. That's good. Okay. Then we want the links are going to change. So we're going to have a sort of we're going to have them lighting up. So a hover, and that's going to be color, and they're going to light up to a sort of light green. So #0000 pale green, and sort of that color. That's nice. Yep. Save, refresh. Is that going to work? Yep. But we want it to be a slow fade. So in A it's transition duration 1s, and then transition property color. That's good. I think this text over here is just a little too small, so we're going to make this a bit bigger. My voice is really starting to go now, so I better wrap this up quick. I think 0.9 EM might be better. That is better. Okay, so let's see what else we're going to do. Okay, so I went for something else with the title. So li.title, font size, and then I went with font family equals fantasy. I don't know why I've done that, but let's see. Now that's kind of lame, in it. That's basically impact, isn't it? I don't like that. So let's go for something a bit, you know, fancy. So what have we got? Font family, Franklin Gothic medium. That'll do. Franklin Gothic. Bit crap. I'll have one more go, then we'll just leave it. So we'll go with font family. Cambria. Cambria sounds nice. Oh, that'll do. That'll do. Right. Now we're going to do something interesting. Now I'm going to go to Bible. And you see we've got these articles here. In fact, I'm going to travel because it's better. We've got all these articles here sort of listed down the side. What I'd like to do is have them like 3 by 3 across the page in like blocks. So this is what I'm going to do. Dot article thumbnail, and we'll do the same for author because it's pretty much the same thing. Right, box shadow equal, oh no, is going to be 5px, 5px, 15px, 5px, and we're going to have a color, so we'll make it nice and bright. That's that one. Transition duration will be 1s, and transition property will be box shadow. Width equals, width is going to be 30%. Margin left is going to be 1em. Padding left is going to be 1em. No, it's not. Padding left is 0.2em. Let's see what that does. Okay, Shift F5. So far that's done absolutely nothing. Ugh. Okay, let's keep going. I think I know why. So then it's margin bottom 1em and display grid. Save that, refresh this, hard refresh it, and nothing's changed. Absolutely nothing. Okay, is the site running? It is. So there must be something wrong with this. Article thumbnail and comma. That is a comma. Yeah, it's a comma. Save. There we go. So there we got something nice. It's not quite perfect. I wanted them sort of in a grid. So I'll see what else we can do with this. So I did miss something out. It's float left. See what that does. There we go. That's what I wanted. So now we've got nice blog, and yes, that's what I wanted. Now we're going to add a bit of extra animation. So we're going to do dot article thumbnail hover, and we're going to do box shadow. We're going to change it slightly, so 5px, 5px, let's go 20px, and we'll change it to a dark green, so something like that. Save, refresh, then if I hover over them, oh, see, it does something interesting. Now I think this should actually be reversed. I think the one we're on should be highlighted and the ones we're not on should be not highlighted. So I'm actually going to reverse these. So that's going to be... Oh, I didn't do the 5px. There we are, 5px. So what impact does that have? Oh, I see. I still think the one we're on should be highlighted in green and everything else in the sort of dark pale green, so I'm going to reverse the colours. So that's put that there, that goes there, and that goes there. Save that. So there we are. Oh no, nothing's happening. Oh blimey. That should be a hash. That's probably why. Save. And now, yeah, that's what I wanted. So that is quite good. Yeah, so it should have done the same for the authors as well. Yeah, you see, that's better. Isn't none of the... Oh. They're not lighting up. I just suppose it doesn't matter because they're not links. We'll just have them like this. This is fine. Superb. Okay, we'll save that. Oh, no, no, no. I mean, we'll save it here. Oh, it doesn't like that. Okay, let's get rid of that. So then we want to do something for the single articles. So dot single... Oh, is it just article? Single article. What did I call it? So that would be an articles templates article. Single article. Good. So single article. We're going to have width 80% and padding left 5em. Okay, so let's go into coding. Let's go travel actually. Travel, Moscow. Yeah, that looks nice. That's alright, isn't it? Then comment. So we want to do something for the comment section. So dot comment. What have we got? Margin left is 5em. And border bottom is going to be thick solid C 5F 1CB. What colour is that? Oh, it's white. Okay, nearly white. So let's refresh that. This one doesn't have any comments, so we'll go to one that does. Which I think is... Oh bugger. We'll make some comments. Let's make some comments. Yeah. Submit. And yeah, that's nice. Yeah, yeah. Submit. That's alright, isn't it? That'll do. Right. Next thing is TD and TH, so that's the tables. So TD and TH. Width width is going to be 8%. Border is going to be thin, solid, and C5F1CB. And then text align left. Save. So if I go to view profile, there's the table. That's nice. Yeah, that'll do. If I log in as an author, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, this login page. That's well, it'll do. That's not quite 8% of the screen, but it'll do. A Smith, log in, view profile. There's all my articles. Let's go and edit one. Yeah, you know, that's acceptable. Yeah, I'm rather happy with that. Okay, so what else? Is there anything else? No, that's it. We have finished. Just trying to think if there is anything else that I would change. Let's go here. No, I think we're done. So that will be it for today. This took 9 hours and my voice is absolutely red raw. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next. And it turns out I'm a total dumbass because we're not finished. We still have to do the homepage. And when I say we, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So from articles.models import articles. From articles.models import article, and then I've removed the function based view that we used to have, and I'm going to turn it. That was our only function based view in the whole program. We're now going to have a class based view because I've been won over. So home view, and we will need to import view. So we should have done, no we haven't. From Django.use import view. I've already imported article. That's the only model we're going to need. And then it's def get self request, and we're just going to do return render request home/home.html, and then articles is going to be article.objects.all. There we are. Save that, then we go to the template, and okay. So we're going to do this. H1 latest articles. Now I only want the first dozen or so. So for article in articles, and then end for. Do you know, I'm actually going to Google that and then come back. Okay, so I found it. It's here, and we're going to do this in the view. So objects.all, and then it's yeah. So in the view, objects.all, then we have parentheses, square brackets, colon 12. That should do it. Okay, for article in articles, div class equals article thumbnail. We've already got the CSS for this loaded in. H4, and then aref equals articles / article dot permalink, close that, article dot title, underneath that H5 article dot author, and article dot last edited, and then finally the image. So image source equals article dot image height equals 200, width equals 300. Save that and let's view the page. So home page, doesn't like it. Oh dear. Oh yes, I didn't. I needed to update the URL patterns. God, I'm tired. URLs. So it's not that anymore. It's from dot views import home view. Then in here it's home view dot as view. Please, Lord, let that be it. That's okay. This is refreshing already. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they're ordered correctly, and I'm very happy. And now I think I'm gonna die. Goodbye.
Flutter by, butterfly, on velvety wings in the warm summer sky. Flutter by, butterfly, on velvety wings in the warm summer sky.